requirements, what is the application procedure. And meanwhile, if you guys have any doubts, you can just put it in the chat. And once the session is over, I can take the questions one by one, or maybe you can just unmute yourself and you can ask me the question. Whatever suits you best, you can do that. And we'll go with one presentation which is of the school that pretty much covers everything, like whatever are the requirements of international students. But still, if I miss on something, just put it in the chat again and I can cover that point also.
Sure, Kunjal, good to go. You can start now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, Barcelona Technology School. So, as the name suggests, it's in Barcelona, it's in Spain. Majorly, as the name again suggests, it's a technology university. So, majority of the courses will have a technological aspects into all the courses. No matter the student is coming from a business background or coming from a technical background or maybe from a IT background. Every course will have a prospect towards the technological sides and towards the digitalization, right? So major thing, what are the insights about Barcelona Technology School, that what is the motto or what is the mission of the school? The main mission of the school is that they want to enable people, or maybe we can say students, to shape the digital future. Because everything right now is getting new digitalization, like we are seeing AI, we are seeing chat GPT, all those things are coming into the picture. So it's a very important prospect, like whether student is from any background or they want to make a career into business, still they will require a digital learning. So school's mission is that every student needs to have an access towards digitalization and what the technology can do to build a better future into digital industry, right? So that is the main mission with the university, right? Now, what are the studies part which students will be learning when they come to BTS, right? Like what technical side they would be learning, what is the business sides they would be learning. So majority, if you see on the screen on the right side, we have the business skills. So that pretty much includes your digital transformation, digital talent, creative entrepreneurship, digital strategy, chain management, fintech, legal tech, right? These are all the business skills which students will be coming to the university and learning. And on the technical side, they would be learning web, mobile development, user experience, big data, AI, cloud, Internet of Things, cybersecurity, software, blockchain, right? So both of the skills are required for the students to get into a digital industry, whether it is a technical side or whether it is a business side. On the left hand side, you can see pretty much we are recruiting students from all across the globes. So even today, we pretty much have students from more than 100 plus countries who are actually working into the industry and are studying in the BTS, right? So pretty much if you take any random 20 students from the campus, there is a very high chance that 15 of them would be from a different country. So student is getting that kind of a global exposure from the university, and even they are meeting different nationality students, so they get a knowledge about all the countries, right? Second thing, majorly what we have seen in South Asia is like when we see a industry which is digitally advanced, or where we see a technological is on the higher prospect, we have seen that a female ratio is on a lower side, that the male ratio is higher when we talk about technological courses. But at BTS, the ratio is very diverse. We have 60% of our ratio, which is of female, and 40% of the ratio, which is of male. So, again, here you can see the equality of the education and the courses which they learn in, that even now females are on a very top positions when they are coming to technology industry. Second, all the courses are a mixture of business and technology. So none of the course is completely technological based, or none of the courses is completely management based. It will be a mixture of business and of the technical skills, right? Going forward, what is the accreditation with the university? Majorly, when we talk to the students or when we talk about to the parents, their major concern is that what will be the school's ranking or what is the accreditation given to the university. Now, with BTS, the best thing is when we talk about BTS, it's an 11-year-old university, but they have a accreditation with University of Barcelona, as you can see on the screen. So, what do you mean with University of Barcelona? Like, UNC student is completing a degree from BTS. They get a degree certificate from BTS, but they will also be getting a degree certificate from University of Barcelona. So when I say University of Barcelona, that is number one university in Spain. It is ranked as best university in Spain, and it is one of the oldest university. It was established in year 1450. So you can imagine how old the university is, right? Pretty much from University of Barcelona, we see more than 74,000 students passing every year. So they have a huge capacity of students. Like they are coming from all across the world and even from many parts of Europe, students comes to University of Barcelona. So without any extra payment or any extra charges, they are getting this double accreditation. One degree is given from BTS and another degree is given from University of Barcelona. Right? Coming to the ranking, so with QS stars, we are given a rank of like 5 stars. That is one of the highest rank is given to the university in case of employability and in case of teaching, right? So when we say employability is like 95% of our graduates immediately gets the job upon completion of their degree, right? And with teaching, all our professors are actually working into the industries, and nobody is a full-time professor. They're actually working into maybe AI, they might be working into healthcare, into management. So they're coming as a visiting faculty. So that is again an advantage to the students. Okay, they can guide students for the internships, for their part-time jobs. And on a higher note, like for example, once they graduate, even the professors can help students to find a full-time employability. So that way it is given a 5 star ranking in employability and in teaching both. Now talking about QS Star, it is one of the top three associations where the rankings are given to the university all across the world. So even if you want to check it online, you can Google it and you will get this information about BTS that 5 star ranking is given to the university. Now coming to the courses, so as of now we are not having undergrad course, we are dealing with master's degree. And majorly even we have seen the major ratio of international student is majorly for PG courses. So here you have completely 5 masters. So first course we have that is masters in digital transformation and leadership. Second is masters in digital product management. Third is masters in big data and AI solution. Fourth is Masters in User Experience Design. Fifth is Masters in Digital Healthcare. Right? So pretty much all 5 masters are available to every background of students. So there is no prerequisite that student needs to have a 3 year degree or student needs to have a 4 year degree. 3 year students are completely acceptable and even 4 year bachelor's degree students are completely acceptable. So pretty much if you see the first two courses that are somewhat relevant to management and business, so if a student who is looking for an MBA course or who is looking something with management, they can go with first two course that is transformation leadership and digital product management. Third course AI is majorly for computer science students or you can say BCA students or IT students. Again, recently we have seen there is a huge demand of big data and AI solutions. So pretty much this course can be very helpful to your students who are from a computer background. Fourth is user experience design. Again, this course is also very much in demand for students who are coming from a designing background or maybe from a graphics, animation, such kind of background. Again, this course is very useful to those students. Lastly, healthcare. Pretty much all your students who are into health industry, like for example, somebody has done physio, dentistry, MBBS, MD, or nurse, all those students can go for masters in digital healthcare, right? So pretty much these are the courses which we have. Any courses is available to the student, whether a 3 year bachelor's pass out or a 4 year bachelor's pass out. Pretty much you can see on the screen the complete course is available on campus and online both. So it is live and flexible. For example, first is obviously a international degree where student goes to Spain, lives in Barcelona and studies on campus course. Second is an online course. Now, for example, you have a very mature student, like who is at a certain level in his career and he just wants to upgrade his skill for the job requirements. Then he can study complete course online from his home country and still they will get a complete master's degree, right? Third is a mixture of online and offline. So they can take few modules online if they wish, and remaining modules they can come to the university and study on campus. So again, that is more or less like, for example, if the visas are delayed or they have some challenges to reach university on time, then meanwhile they can start their studies in India. And once their visas and everything are in process, they can travel to the university. So pretty much university is flexible on those grounds. They can take live courses also and they can take on-campus courses also. All the masters are of a 1 year, so that is 9 months pretty much. The intake available right now is the October intake, fall intake. We only have one intake as of now, that is a fall intake. So pretty much applications are completely open right now. You can apply right now for fall 25. The course is completely 100% in English medium, so there is no such requirement that student needs to learn a Spanish language. If they do, that's great, but if they don't, it's completely fine. We don't have a compulsory requirement to learn the language. Lastly, as you can see on the screen, project-based experiences are considered, and active digital leader professors and industry exposure. So project-based experience, like you will be working into a project to finish your degree. So that helps students to understand the team working, how the leaders do work in the industry, how they can get the guidance of the professor, and how they can finish the complete a life project. So that way they can build a network, they can get technological exposure, and they can work in the labs. Second, active leader professors, which we discussed, the professors are actually working into the industry, so they can get that kind of exposure from the professors. Industry exposure. So we have certain workshops happening across the year in Barcelona. So we take students to those workshops. So by those workshops, they get exposure with the industries, with the leaders, with the companies, employers, where they can get themselves lined up for a part-time job or for a internship, right? We'll go in detail to how the opportunities and internship works in the later in the presentation. Coming to the fee structure, pretty much for complete 1 year, the fee is 17,500 euros, right? So this is a complete 1 year master's fee. Now, for visa, you can pay one term of fee, that is one installment, and you can apply for your visa. On a recommendation purpose, 1 year fee is more recommended, but if a student is having some challenges, then we are fine with it. You can pay one term fee and you can go with your visa filing, right? We are giving early payment discounts. So early payment discounts currently are 2,000 euros. So for example, when the offer is released and the student is ready to pay the fee within 10 days or the mentioned deadline given on the offer letter, they immediately get a discount of 2,000 euros. So they will just pay remaining 15,500 and 2,000 is completely cut off, right? We are even considering merit-based scholarships. So if you have some students who are academically very good in academics, you can still reach out to us and we can check the profile and we can offer some sort of scholarships to the students. Regarding opportunities, what are internships and how are the jobs from the universities or how we support students? So pretty much with BTS, the best thing is like we have a career options board where we place all the options of internships and jobs. So 95% of our students who are studying in the masters, they do get their part-time jobs or internships while studying. So Spain allows you to work 20 hours per week. So maximum of our students do part-time jobs and internships while they are studying. So that is the biggest thing because majorly when we talk about digital industry, they have a huge gap where the employers are looking for a students where they require digital knowledge and skills, but students are not having that. But with BTS, all of our students are having those type of skills and the employers are more than happy to offer students a part-time job while studying. Going a bit in more detail, so what the city's ecosystem is made in such a way that they allow students to work. So the class schedule is pretty much from Monday to Thursday. You have like class from morning 8 to afternoon 2, and pretty much Friday, Saturday, Sunday students can do their part-time job. Majority of the classes are from Monday to Thursday, right? The career development department offers workshops, personal branding, interview coordination with companies. So we have this department where we help students to create a LinkedIn profile, how to maintain that profile, how to get networking going on for themselves, how to have interviews with the companies, what are the workshops happening across the year. Even we have a career opportunity board where we share all the internships and jobs available in the city. So students can log in into the board and they can check what options are available to them. Many companies even visits the universities during their academic year. So they have one-on-one discussions with the students that what are the requirements, what are they looking at in long-term prospect. So that is also a going on process at the university. Even there are many digital events happening across the Barcelona, as you can see on the screen. Smart City Expo World Congress, IoT Solution World Congress, Mobile World Congress. So these are some of the biggest mobile companies events happening across the world. So we take students to these events where they can meet the companies, they can talk to them, they can line themselves for the internships. So those exposures are also given to the students. To name a few big companies, as you can see on the screen, BTS students have worked with Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Samsung, Alibaba, Nestle, HP. These are some of the big companies which we know even in India, right? Again, here students have worked as a part-time employer or maybe as a full-time employer. Even if one is not able to make into these companies, BTS has a ecosystem of more than 1,000 companies. So we have many more other companies where students can do a part-time internships, right? So if not this, there are many other options available. But these are top-notch companies. So we have just mentioned that students have worked into these companies while doing their masters. Coming to the application requirement, it is pretty much a simple procedure with the application. We have a link where you can go and you can submit your applications. You require three documents majorly. One is your updated CV, one is your motivation letter, and third is the use of representative form. So what is the updated CV? Like you just create a normal resume. If a student is having a work experience, you can add them. If even if they are a fresh pass out, we are fine with a fresh bachelor's pass out as well. If they don't have a LinkedIn profile, we highly recommend it to start making one because it is very important for the students to build a network through a LinkedIn profile, right? Motivation letter, like it is a pretty much one page letter, 500 words. The major thing what they want in the letter is that how do student thinks digital industry will be in next 5 years and how student can contribute into the digital transformation happening across the globe. So it is just a one page letter. We highly recommend it to be written by the student. You can surely help them, but let student write it because students are anyhow a mature students when they're going for a master's degree, right? Once you submit these documents, within 24 to 48 hours, students will receive a call or an email for the interview. Now, this will be a face-to-face interview with the advisor who is there in Spain. So it's from a university interview will be from Spain. They need to understand that whether a student is able to communicate in English or not, right? So if they're able to communicate in English, we can waive off the English language requirement, right? Now, the best thing is that they don't require a IELTS or PT even for visas, right? You can just accept the MOI and we're good to go with the application procedure, right? So in case worst case situation, if they're not able to speak in English, then we require test results that can be either IELTS, PT, TOEFL, or Duolingo. So IELTS 6 or above, PT 60 or above, Duolingo 120 or above, right? Even MOI work, that is medium of instruction. So if they have done a bachelor's degree from an English medium university, you can get the written if student has done from an English medium, and we can consider that. Once the interview is over, you can submit the remaining document that is your bachelor's degree, your mark sheets, your transcripts, your passport, and if they have asked for an English language test, then obviously the test results, right? Once all the documents are received, we'll go with the application procedure, and within a week, you will get your offer letter. Once the offer letter is received, you have to make the fee payment. Fee payment, you have two modes of payment. One is fly wire, and another one is a direct bank wire transfer. So whatever works best for students, you can go with that. Either fly wire or either bank wire transfer. Once the fees is received, again within 5 to 6 days, you will get the receipt and the final offer letter. And you can go with your visa filing. Now, coming to the Barcelona as a destination, pretty much the people who have done Europe, you might be aware because it is a very much popular with international students. But I'll just go with the overview how Barcelona is as a city and Spain as a country. So the Barcelona is one of the best cities in the world for quality of its life, safety, and equality. Like equality, we already seen you have almost the same ratio with women and men into pretty much all industries. So there is no such dominance of any gender. Quality of life, pretty much it is known for the quality of life because you have every sort of you can say nature, space, urban life, or maybe countryside life. All sort of cultural things are available in the city. The rules in Spain are quite strict, so we have seen a very low crime ratio happening in the country, making it safe for the international student. Pretty much when we talk about the climate, climate is also very favorable, pretty much like India. You have more than 300 plus sunny days, which means winters are not very harsh in Spain. You have urban and natural spaces both. So if you want to have an urban life, you can stay there. If you want to have, you need to be close to nature. You can even choose that option. You have tons of beaches in Barcelona, so every beach is pretty much reachable within 5 to 10 kilometers. So that is a plus point when you stay in Barcelona. Completely, Spain is known for its architecture, so it's known as an architectural heritage country, which is a bigger thing because those have been preserved from decades. You have many cultural scenes happening across the year, so there are many events happening across the year. Like you have music festivals, you have like skydiving, you have Lata Medina festival, you have bullfights. So such tons of festivals are happening across the year, which keeps students involved. Right? You have local market, you have local food which students can explore. On the education front side, it is known as the mobile capital of the world. So it is majorly many head offices of mobile companies are coming into Spain. It's known as the European innovation of the again smart city reference is given to the country, and even it is known as the biggest data ecosystem. So those are some of the biggest points. Like the courses which we have are on digital side, on technological sides. So the references and the innovation which are given to the country pretty much matches the curriculum of the university, and the global things are going across Europe. Now coming to BTS location, pretty much again it is in the heart of the city, so it's exactly in the centric location. So it's not somewhere where you have a remote area and students might struggle to reach to the campus. So this is how the campus looks like, and this is the outer version of the university. This is the aerial view of Barcelona, how the Barcelona pretty much looks like. Now, coming to one of the coolest facts, according to Time Out London 2024, the location of the BTS is in the 10 coolest streets of the world. So it is in the top 10 streets where the university is situated. So pretty much it makes a very ideal choice for the international student. So pretty much everything is available near to the university, your cafes, your cultural spots, your tourist attractions of the city. Everything is within reach. Even like Sagrada Familia, Gothic Quarter, beaches, pretty much these are the major attractions when you go to Barcelona. These are also exceptionally well connected to the university, right? So even the best thing is ki even when student chooses accommodation, no matter wherever they stay, as the university is in centric location, they can easily reach the universities within 30-40 minutes maximum, right? So that is a very big plus point with the location of the university. They are known for its rich culture, history, and dynamic social scene. So yeah, pretty much as I told, it is known for its architecture and culture. So these things are very well preserved when we talk about Spain. So even if you see in the map, it is exactly in the middle of the city. So these are some photographs which we have kept from the university, which you can show it to your students if they want to see how the university looks like or how they will study or where they are going. So these are some photographs which we have kept. This is like the company's leaders coming into the university, having one-on-one discussions with the students for their employments, for their internship purpose. This is again the class schedules, and they're having a discussion. This is like the workshop which are happening, like the mobile IoT Congress workshops. They have robots, they have picnics happening around the year. This is again a outer version where you have a pedestal area where students and people do walk. This is like the orientation day, pretty much when student comes in, they have the discussion with their fellow colleagues and professors. This is the classroom. Now, coming to the living expense in Barcelona, pretty much as we can see, Barcelona is a hot site destination right now. So on living front, pretty much for a month, the expenditure is somewhere around 1,000 to 1,200 euros. So that pretty much includes your everything. It includes your accommodation, it includes your food, utilities, and transportation. So whatever are the requirements for international students, that somewhere is from 1,000 to 1,200 euros. Now, this can be on a higher side, this can be on a lower side. Again, it differs on the living style of every student. But on average, this should be your cost to stay in Barcelona. The accommodation facility, we don't have something on campus, but we do support students to find accommodation prior they are traveling. So they have student residence, they have apartments, they have room into shared apartments. So whatever is the student's choice, they can reach out to the teams like the department we have at university, and they can help them to find the accommodation, right? So again, as it is in strategic central location, it makes them very easy to transfer to have a transport to the university. So these are some photographs ke how the accommodation and the city will look like for them. So this is like a dormitory and the shared apartment rooms, how they will stay. Coming on the additional services and health and well-being. So majorly when we talk about Spain, insurance is a very mandate document for Spain visa. Like they've highly focused about the insurance, right? So we highly recommend students to go with the insurance which school is suggesting, because in past we have pretty much seen with this insurance the visas have been approved. So we recommend schools to go with the school recommends students to go with this insurance. So now pretty much this insurance covers everything during their academic year. It covers their medicine, if they have any special requirements, the test, the treatments, the ambulance charges, the hospitalization, healthcare if they're traveling any other country of Europe, dentist, and COVID. So pretty much all the medical facilities are covered under this insurance. So the charge for this insurance is pretty much 60 euros per month. So somewhere it should be around 700 to 800 euros for a year, right? Now, in case, God forbid, a student doesn't get a refusal, but if case they do, the complete insurance will be refundable to the student. So whatever amount they are paying is completely refundable if they get a visa refusal. So this is the name of the insurance, that is Adilis. So we highly recommend students to go with this insurance, right? So if you can just Google and you can find the insurance, but if they want any support, you can always again reach out to the school, and school can help them to buy this insurance. Now, just keep in mind, insurance is a requirement for visas. So before you apply for a visa, you have to submit the insurance copy to the visa officer. On the additional services, we have Beach and Sports Club, which is exactly in the beachfront of Barcelona. So it is CNAB Club. So when a student comes to the university, they automatically become a member of this club. So as the name suggests, it's a beach club. So it's exactly in the front of the beach. It has swimming pool. It has all sort of games like gym, football, volleyball, badminton. So whatever student is inclined towards, they can play those sports at the club, and even they can go to the gym if a student is a athlete, right? The last thing from my side, that is the like visa process. Pretty much you might be aware about the visas, but it is just an overview okay, how the visa works for Spain. So first of all, the main thing with BTS is we have a student support team at the school. So in case any student wants to understand how to submit the visas, or they require any guidance with the visa, they can always reach out to us and we can help them with the requirements and what document needs to go with the visa. The overall documents is pretty much the same, like offer letter, your academics, your English language, your passports, your photographs. The additional document, or you can say, which is something like different. You require your financial documents. So in financial, pretty much you need to show a minimum of 600 euros for a month as a living expenditure. So it is somewhere around 8 to 9 lakhs into Indian rupees, but the more the better for visa. But minimum it should be somewhere around 8 to 9 lakhs, right? Insurance is a mandate thing which we discussed. You even require a proof of accommodation, like where students will be staying once they reach to this Barcelona. Third is your medical. Now, with medical, you don't require to go with test. They have a list of diseases. There also a normal MD or GP can mention if student is not having these diseases, and they have a pretty much a format to mention that. And lastly, you can say PCC, that is a police clearance certificate, that they have no crime in their name in the home country. right? So these are the documents which are required for a Spain. And with Spain, you have a visa interview with BLS. So you have two offices, like two consulate. You have Delhi and Mumbai. So student needs to travel either Delhi, either to Mumbai. Pretty much do keep a window of 45 to 60 days to get your visas submit in time, to have time for them to courier the passport, and you can travel safely to Spain. So at least minimum keep a window of 45 to 60 days before your class starts, right? Apart from this, your spouses are also allowed in Spain, but they don't have any work rights, but they can travel along with the main applicant if they want, but the work rights are not given to the partner, right? Application fees are not there. So pretty much there is no application fee. Once you submit the application, you are good to go with your offer letter. So I think majorly I have covered all the points. And thank you for listening me to so patiently. But now if you have any doubts, any queries, anything, you can either put it in the chat or you can just unmute yourself and we can have the discussion. Team, anybody has any doubts?
Yes, they will be asking or they will be writing in the chat box the questions. There is one
Uh,
question regarding to scholarship which was already covered by Kinjal.
Yeah, so no worries. With scholarship, you have early payment discounts. So pretty much, like one option is like you when a student is ready to make a payment within 10 to 15 days, the deadline would be given in the offer. So that discount is considered as an early payment discount, which is 2000 euros. In case of scholarship, if you have a student who is excellent with their academics, you can reach out. We can look into the profile and we can consider a scholarship of maybe 2000 more over on your early payment discount, right? So spouse visa is allowed, but spouse cannot work. So yeah, definitely your spouse can travel with you, but they don't have any work rights. So stay back period for Spain is 1+1. Like you will study for 1 year, and after 1 year you will have your 1 year of your job search visa. So IELTS is like pretty much if you have MOI medium of instruction, that is English medium, or if they clear the interview and they can talk in a proper English language, we can waive off the English language requirement. But in case you don't have either of the both, then the IELTS requirement will be 6 or above. Yes, post study visa, as I mentioned, it is 1+1. Okay, they can stay for the 1 year into the country as a job search visa. So settlement option school is working with a team of immigration lawyers. So yeah, you do have an option of settling in the country. Like if you stay in the country for 4 to 5 years, you can be considered for a PR or for a like long-term stay visa. But for that, you need to have a discussion with the lawyers. So school can help you with that if you need to have a connection with the lawyer. So they are working with a team. So what options works best for you? The lawyer can guide you on that. So we don't have any problem with the backlog. So if they have a huge backlog, still we can consider. But do keep in mind, like they have to justify the visas also. So if a profile is very weak, the visas might be a challenge, right? So yeah, but backlogs we don't have any such challenge. Percentage usually will target more than 60%. But if you have a low profile and they had some of the genuine reasons, then definitely you can check with that okay, what was the reason of the low profile, and if the other parameters are great, like they have great work experience, they are not like they have a freshly pass out, then maybe you can look with that case with a low profile. So for online or flexible course, we don't have any such criteria. If a student wants to like study complete course online, we are fine with it. We don't have any challenges. They can take a whole course online. Yeah. So Spain success visa ratio is pretty much like you can say more than 60% right now. But with BLS, we have seen in past, we have very good visa ratios. We have not seen you will say a great number of rejections, but yeah, pretty much if your documents are clear, like you are having a Spanish insurance, your accommodation is pretty much booked for next 3 to 4 months. You have enough financial documents which can prove your stability in the country. So in those cases, we have not seen any rejections happening with the students. Yeah. So visa interview for USA, I'm not sure. Like it is a USA student, like it is a state, like USA Citizen you are talking about? Because with US, I need to check the requirements if a student is a USA citizen. Yeah, the commission will be applicable as the same what the team has might be discussed with you. So same commission will be applicable to online students also. We don't require any LORs. LORs are not a mandate thing. But if you have, good to go. But if you don't, it's fine. So with old funds, pretty much like 3 to 6 months, 3 to 6 months of old funds are considered. But yeah, 6 months is on a good side. But 3 months also will be considered. As they have mentioned, I'll just put the link in the chat where you can check all the visa requirements. That what are the exact visa requirements, that what documents are required, and with the finance. I guess pretty much I have covered everything. Education loan, I think it should be fine, but again, you need to check with the banks that which banks are considered, right? And they need to see the disbursement as well. So it will not be just one letter, but I think they will require the complete disbursement in the student's account. What is the initial deposit? So it's a one-term fee. So pretty much if they're getting a scholarship of 15,000, let's assume they're getting a scholarship of 2,000 and they have to pay remaining 15,500. So 7,000 to 8,000 is the first term fee which they have to pay before their visa. So I'm not sure with the work opportunity, because if a student is going for an online class, then they will not travel to the country. They will study from their home country, because if they're already traveling to Spain, then they have to go to the classes. So just to clarify, online is for those who don't want to travel to Spain, like they want to study from their home country. It cannot be the case that they're sitting in the Barcelona and they are not going to the university. They have then if they're traveling, then they have to go to the classes. So yes, spouse visa is allowed, which we discussed. So monthly they can earn roughly somewhere around 500 to 600 euros per month. Legally you can work 20 hours per week. So yeah, 9 months is pretty much like a year, because you have Christmas breaks and you have Easter breaks. So you can consider it as 1 year. So student has to pay the second term fee before they reach to the university. So for example, they are paying one term fee right now in month of March, and your course starts in October. So late by late till 15th of September, they have to pay the remaining for after. Yeah, I think guess pretty much all questions are answered. So batch strength is somewhere around 25 to 30 students. We don't have bachelor's degree. We are only right now having master courses. We are working on launching some bachelor's, but as of now, we don't have bachelor courses. It is majorly all masters. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, good evening, Kinjal. Nivya this side. I have a question. Like recently, in last intake, we came across that Spain, like you mentioned about the visa rejection. So there is a company like Indian students are usually booking the insurance from the Indian company like Tata AIG or ICICI somewhere,
Yeah.
and they are also pretty non the insurance company. Now the concern is that in Spain, I came across that there was something the insurance company might be recommended by the school or from the Spain company that you'll have to promote for insurance. So it is mandatory to book insurance from the Spain company only.
See, the case is, I think you might have missed the slide which I was talking. We have seen from many such agents when they
Mm-hmm.
go for the interview,
Mm-hmm.
and students have been refused on the basis of insurance.
Insurance, yeah, that's the
Yeah,
reason that
like they
I
have been told that you have to buy from a Spanish company. So
correct.
even as a school, we highly recommend to go with the Spanish insurance. So I can just show you on the screen. This is the
Yeah,
insurance which
this
we
that I
recommend.
know. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have read about this name. That's what my question is. That this is the only we can come. You can find any of the company from the Spain. Like it is mandatory to book with this company
No, it is
only.
not mandatory, dear. But because as you told, right, okay, Spanish visas have been getting rejected.
Hmm.
So that
Hmm.
is the thing which we are recommending, because with this
Acha.
insurance we have seen visas are going through.
Hmm.
Right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
in that case, if you want, well, that I don't think it is a very expensive insurance. It
No,
is like
no.
60 euros per month,
Hmm.
and even they're refunding it if you get a visa refusal. But
Okay.
still, if a student is keen to buy some other insurance, then please do verify in past those insurance has got the approvals. Then you can go with other companies. Otherwise, we'll highly recommend you to go with this insurance.
Insurance only. Yeah, this is the reason that I also came across. Okay, and one more thing is about the accommodation. Let's say that student is booking accommodation from third party. Then what should be the ideal duration will be?
Ideal duration for accommodation?
Yeah, that they have to book minimum how much, like 1 month,
Pretty much,
three
at
months?
least you should have something with 3 to 6 months. At
Mm-hmm.
least, even if you're going for a booking.com or Airbnb, they should have something where
Mm-hmm.
they can show that they would be staying here for 2 to 3 months, and then they have a group and they can get into a student residence or something. But at least they need to have some sort of stability. Okay, for first initial months, they have a booking done.
All right. And the other documents like, PCC and other small transfer, are they mandatory?
Yes, all the documents which we discussed, all are mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
With medical and with PCC, you even require apostille, so you require a translation into a Spanish language.
Oh,
So with PCC and medical, two documents are required in translation also. Other documents are completely fine in English. But yeah, these all documents are very, very mandate when you apply for a Spain visa.
all right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. No worries. So for October 25, you can apply for visa once you have all documents ready, even like in May or June, it's fine. We don't have such challenges. Like you need to book the appointment with BSL and you can go ahead from
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
All right.
To answer the question, minimum percentage, as I told, it should be somewhere around 60 and above. But if you have a lower profile, then it will differ from case to case. What are the other parameters of the student's profile? Like what is the gap or what is the IELTS requirement or have they done any job? But minimum should be around 60. Yeah. Any other questions, team? Anyone has any other doubts? Anything?
Hello, Kinjal. I think like pretty much you have covered all the queries, and we can end the session now. And even if the agents are having any further queries, they can get back to us and we will ask you. And I will be waiting for the PPT. Okay,
Sure.
if you can just share with me. Thanks for your time. Thanks, Kinjal.
No worries. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. It was good connecting with you all. If you have any doubts, you can contact the team. Team will be more than happy to support you on that. And we have October and we are completely open with the applications and everything, right? And yeah, see you soon on the other side and have a rest.
Kinjal, one last question is here. Like,
Yeah.
why someone choose Spain, where in UK comes in the same budget and with higher thing?
See, it is not about comparison with UK, but obviously when you look at the other locations, like UK also had certain limitations, right? With UK also we have seen recessions coming into the picture, and people now want a global exposure while staying in the same location or maybe staying in the heart of the city. Right now, when you look at Barcelona, Barcelona is exactly in the heart of the location. You don't have so many of South Asian students coming over there. Now, when we have seen this case also where we have come across students, okay, ma'am, we don't want to go to such locations where we have a lot of Indian students already, because then the competition is very high with jobs, the earning gets affected, your cost of living gets high. So that is the reason that people are moving towards different countries now where they can get that kind of exposure, right? And with UK also, if you see, the long term stay option is very, very difficult. Like to settle in that country, to get a long term visa and have a PR option is very, very tough right now, right? I'm not saying it is impossible, but it is very tough. With Europe, you still have hold a chance to settle in a European country. Maybe you work for 4 5 years and you become eligible to maybe stay in Spain or maybe stay in some other part of Europe, right? So that is the one reason that why people are now looking for other options, right?
Yes, Kinjal, you're right. And this is the question like why embassy will reject file based on insurance? Why Spanish company is needed?
See, I'm not sure okay, why they have done that, but I have got this the updates from the agents only. Okay,
Mhm.
ma'am, we have sent. It is not for BTS case. It was their previous case where they had done some
Some
application to
other
some
schools, yeah.
other Spanish university, and the student had got that answer. Now it can be any reason. You can need to understand, because when you are going to a other country, they will be more favorable towards the companies which are their own rather than international insurance. Now it might cover something, it might not cover something. The transition can take time. The amount can take time to disburse into the Spanish hospital, right? So there are many reasons which they might not be comfortable with. And that is the reason even we recommend to go with the Spanish insurance. But again, if you want to go with the Indian company, make sure in past those companies have seen visa approvals. Yeah, that's it, I guess.
Yes, yes, Kinjal.
Okay, okay. Thank
Yeah,
you so much, everyone.
thanks for
We'll
your
see you
time.
soon and have a rest of your good day.
Same to
Thank
you,
you.
Kinjal. Bye. Have a good day.
Take care, everyone.